Hey guys, sorry I haven't made a vlog in a while. There's something interesting I find about why my computer was acting all wonky. Like when I try to right click, it stops. What I did is I pressed the Alt button, which I find that's really helpful, so that way I can get rid of that wonkiness. So yeah, but yeah. So enough about that. So what my real thing I'm gonna say in this vlog is that I found this on their YouTube channel, on Microsoft's YouTube channel called Microsoft Hardware. I'll put the channel on the info card at the end of this video. So what I'd like to talk about is that this is called the ArcTouch Bluetooth mouse, which I find really convenient, because I didn't like my original wireless mouse, which was from Toshiba. So if you want to see the video about it, I'll put a link in the description below or on the info card, but I'll see what I can do. But anyway, I'll show you this video. I find it's really convenient for a laptop computer like what I have here. Like this one. This one's from HP, which I find it's a really good laptop, but when I was playing the game, my screen resolution was crap. But yeah. So what I was gonna say is that this mouse right here, called the ArcTouch Bluetooth mouse, really convenient. Here, I'll show you. So yeah, you know, if you want to, to switch it on, you just curve the mouse, which I find really, how should I say, really convenient, and that way you won't have to flip your mouse all the time to turn it on. And switching it off is always easy with this mouse. So like this one. Yeah, that's how you switch off Microsoft ArcTouch mouse. And if I could find my mouse, which was from a Toshiba one, might be in my other bags. Well, it's not really like I don't like it. It's just that I keep flipping the mouse all the time to switch it off. So yeah, the Microsoft ArcTouch mouse is a really convenient mouse. You can switch it on or off by curving it or flattening it. So yeah, it was really convenient. If I could find. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is the mouse I had. It's not really what I like, because every time I want to switch it on or off, I just flip the mouse and then use this little switch here. And another thing, I prefer the curved mouse is because it's Bluetooth wireless, so I don't have to worry about using this little thing here that's on my mouse. So yeah, really convenient. Highly prefer the Microsoft ArcTouch mouse, and if I could get it, then maybe I could show you an unboxing video, which may be coming if I could get it in my hands. And also another thing to add to this vlog is because this is the 5th generation iPod Touch. I was thinking about selling it or giving it away, because I'm gonna get this brand new iPod Touch, the 6th generation, because it has a new chip, and it's pretty. It was pretty slow using the fifth generation iPod Touch. So if I could look it up. Because when I was gonna update my iPod Touch, my iPod cannot go to further updates anymore. So what I'll be doing is I have the box here, and this is the iPod. This is the one you have to wrap it on your iPod, and I'm gonna be putting the cables back in. Although I might lose my cables because I'm gonna be selling this. I don't know. Leave a comment below if I should sell it or give it away, because one, it's a fifth generation. The chip is it has the same chip as the iPhone 4S, which I find it's not really fast enough. The A5 chip, and yeah, this is the one. This is the sixth generation iPod Touch. It's the same model, but it's completely different. And it has an all new. Well, currently now we use iOS 10, but soon there's going to be iOS 11, which I therefore think might be coming up. And it comes in various colors, like there's gray, gold, silver, pink, and blue. And to be honest, I'm a guy who likes black colored devices because one. It's the default color. I find it's more of a default color for Apple. So yeah, and this is the reason why I'm gonna sell or give away my my fifth generation iPod Touch, because of the new chip. And yeah, I think I might be giving it away or selling it. So I'll be getting it if once I decide to sell my fifth generation iPod Touch, because you know my mom already has the fourth generation, which I decided to give it away to her, and this one I'm gonna get the sixth generation, but I don't want to have my parents get upset about me. So just so I would be relieved of them, I would clear all my data on this fifth generation iPod Touch, and then place it in the box and give it away or sell it, so that way I can get the sixth generation iPod Touch. Because you know, the devices you have currently and a new device you found on the web, if you feel like you want to get it but you couldn't because you have the current one, which is like holding you back, you can just clear the device and then give it away or sell it. That's what I like to do if I have a device like this, where I'm in a situation like this. If you were in a situation like this, would you like, whether you're going to give it away or sell it? Just let me know in the comments below. So yeah. Anyway, I heard that iPad is building a new device, which is called the iPad Pro. It's a newer one, but it's the same design as my iPad Pro, which is right over there, except maybe because it's a new chip or something. And maybe as the days goes on, I might be getting an iPad Mini, because I find that my iPad Pro is too big. I'm not saying I'm not gonna sell it or give it away. It's just because I just want to keep my bag light, because you know I have a lot of stuff. That's in my bag, which I find it's so heavy, and bring both my laptop and iPad Pro would be making it really heavy. So I decided that so here's the plan. Like, once I get the sixth generation iPod Touch, because when I was in Vietnam during Week Without Walls at school, I had this with me, and unfortunately it bent. So when I came back to Saudi Arabia, I had to take this to an Apple Center where they can repair it. They repaired it quite fine, but just because it's repaired doesn't mean I don't like it or anything. I just felt like there's a new iPod Touch I was gonna get, but I just want to sell this one so that way I could free myself. So yeah, the iPad Mini, it's a small iPad, fits in your hand, really good. So I think here's the plan for what I'm gonna do. Well, whilst I'm gonna pack light, I'll be once I get the 6th generation iPod Touch, after selling it or giving it away, I'll keep this in my bedroom, and once I have the iPad Mini, I'll be keeping this in my room, which I find that I can keep my bag light all the time. I'll keep it in my room, but I'll be bringing my laptop and my iPad Mini, so that way I can pack light. So yeah, and iPad Mini 4, which they say mighty small, and yeah, I like the iPad Mini 4 a lot, just like my iPad Pro. Just because it's the same desktop operation, it's the same features as the iPad Pro, but it's light, and you don't have to carry too much in your bag if you have this with you. So yeah, so maybe I'll be getting the iPad Mini 4, and that way I can keep my bag light. And another thing that Apple has on their website, if I go to the music tab, there's this what's called HomePod. Sorry about the internet, was pretty crap, and yeah. Now you're gonna see that you might find that I might be totally insane for having both the mouse and the trackpad. Well, it's just because I want to use the computer. I want to use my desktop computer just like a laptop. So here's what I do when I use my mouse. If I felt like I want to use my trackpad, I can just get this out of the way and then drag it down here. And yeah, it's like, feels like I'm using, if I could find my pointer. Oh wait, it's switched off. Yeah, it's switched off. Okay. So yeah. Well, so yeah, I can use my computer like a laptop. Like it's big. I can use it just like the iMac, like the Magic Trackpad. And if I felt like I don't want to use my trackpad, I can just move it out of the way and then use my mouse. So yeah, easy, simple. And there's one thing I was gonna plan on getting, which is called the AirPods. I'll show you it. Yeah, this is the one. Sorry about the brightness. Yeah, this is the AirPods, and I'm probably gonna be getting it, maybe not now or not later or anything like that. Only if I can try and get stuff out of the way for buying this one. So yeah, I'll be getting this AirPods maybe sooner or later, but not now or whatever. And also they have a new one which is called HomePods, which I find it's the same functions as my speakers, like this one, which I find that it really catches my eye. I was thinking of getting one, but unfortunately they say it's going to be released on. They say it's going to be released, if I could find the date. They say it's going to be released on December, which is technically that school is already open. I'm already at school, and this time I have to focus on everything. I shouldn't get distracted by all my stuff or anything that's in my home. And yeah, it says here available December, which I find I won't or I will be getting it, and it has the same chip as the It has the same chip as the 6th generation iPod Touch. The AA chip, well, for my iPad Pro, which is this one, it has what's called the A9X chip, which is, I find, very appropriate for iPad. The first iPad I got, which is this one, which my mom is now currently having in her possession, is the new iPad. It uses the same chip as the iPhone 4S, but it's called the A5X chip. So when I watched Apple's videos on their products, like their tablets or anything like that, I find that the A5X chip would be only appropriate for tablets. And they also have two iPad models, of the iPad Pro. They have what's called the I think the 9.5 inch. Yeah, they have two iPad Pro models, the 9.5 inch model and the 12.5 inch. I have the 12.5 inch model, which I find that using the 12.5 inch model, I like using a big screen, just like other guys who like to use big screens on their tablets. So yeah, and there's gonna be iOS 11, which it's not released yet because we're still using iOS 10. And I find iOS 10 it's really useful because instead of swiping to unlock your screen, which if you swipe, it opens up your notification. I find that swiping was really too old for their devices, and I kind of felt the same thing. So if you want to open your device, you just press the home button to unlock it. Yeah, just like that. And I find that it's really a whole new way to open your device. So yeah. And iPad Air, which they now don't call it iPad Air, which they now don't call it. They call it the iPad. Yeah. They used to call it iPad Air, but now not anymore. Yeah. This is the iPad. They used to call it iPad Air, but now not anymore. It still weighs 1 pound, and you still get the same hours of battery life. So yeah. And I was like, what? Why they don't want to call it iPad Air? Well, I'd say they should keep the name iPad Air, because the iPad, it's like a mini version of the MacBook. If I could open up the Mac. Yeah, here it is. There's the, if you guys can see, there's the MacBook. There's the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, iMac, and yeah. This is their new iMac called the iMac Pro. It's not released yet, but yeah. And I don't know if I discussed this in my other videos, but the MacBook Pro, to be honest, I don't really much like the new MacBook Pro, because I'll tell you why. I might have told you this in one of my I might have told you this outside of my videos. The big plus of this new MacBook Pro is the touch bar, which I find okay. That's a big plus. I don't really care. It's all right. But the one thing I don't like the most is these little ports, because you know, every day we always use these traditional flash drives, and I always use these all the time, these traditional flash drives. But I find that Apple just want to make their devices thin, but they just made these little ports, which which is one of the reasons why I don't like this MacBook Pro, and I find that I just end up preferring the original MacBook Pro. Yeah. So yeah, new MacBook Pro. Don't like it. Just stay with the original one. If I could go to the 2013 model. Yeah. Yeah, this is the type of MacBook Pro I would just end up preferring the most than the new MacBook Pro, because you know the new MacBook Pro, okay with the touch bar, but the ports, screw it, don't buy it. Maybe yeah, I won't. I don't really like the new MacBook Pro, but the MacBook Pro, iMac, they make some new improvements, but the MacBook Air, they haven't done anything new. So maybe as the days goes on, they might start doing something with this with the MacBook Air, but yeah. So yeah, that's all I need to talk about for the Macs. On the iPhone, there's nothing new. It's still iPhone 7. I wonder if I don't know. Leave a comment down below if they're gonna make iPhone 7s, because cast your vote on the info card, so that way you can decide whether they're gonna make iPhone 7s or iPhone 8 after iPhone 7. So yeah. So I've been talking for 21 minutes. So I might just try and end the video just right now. But for a recap, giving away my 5th generation iPod Touch for the 6th generation, getting the Microsoft Arc Touch mouse for my laptop, and and once I get the 6th generation iPod Touch and the iPad Mini 4, I can now keep my iPad Pro in my bedroom table, and the 6th generation iPod Touch on the right next to my bed, so that way I can use it as an alarm clock. Now I have this clock just for another alarm in case if my 6th generation iPod Touch wakes me up, but if this one fails to wake me up, I can just yeah. So anyway, I've been talking for 22 minutes and 51 seconds, so might as well start to end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've heard something about me in my summer life. So yeah, check the info card. I'm gonna be adding something. Check the description below. I'll be adding something there. And if you want to see my other videos, you can just click right here. So that way you'll enjoy something new of what I added. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.